In the late 1980s, the air on 125th Street in Harlem was a symphony of contradictions. The wail of distant sirens mixed with the joyful bass thumping from boomboxes, the savory scent of fried chicken battled the sharp tang of exhaust fumes. The crumbling brownstones stood defiant against the bright glow of neon signs. This was the world of Jamal, Aisha, and Mateo, three friends forged in the very crucible of these streets. Jamal was the quiet one, with an intensity in his eyes and a mind that moved at lightning speed. He saw patterns everywhere in the intricate graffiti on brick walls, in the complex rhythms of street vendors' calls, and in the unspoken rules of survival that governed their block. He devoured books, his dreams stretching far beyond the confines of their neighborhood, reaching for a future he could only find in pages. But Aisha was the heart of the trio, fiery and fiercely protective. Her laughter was a melody that could cut through the noise of the city. Her spirit was unbreakable, and her loyalty was as solid as the concrete beneath their feet. She dreamed of being a dancer, of finding beauty and expression in movement. A powerful contrast to the harsh realities she faced every single day. Then there was Mateo, the artist. He saw the world in vibrant hues, his mind a canvas of endless color. His sketches, often done on stolen napkins and the backs of homework assignments, captured the raw, unfiltered energy of Harlem. He saw the proud faces, the worn hands, the defiant hope sparkling in the eyes of children. In his mind, he painted towering murals, envisioning a world where their stories were celebrated, not just survived. Their sanctuary was the crumbling basketball court behind the community center. Almost every day you could find them there, amidst the shouts of a game and the squeak of worn-out sneakers on the pavement. It was on that court that they planned their escapes, not escapes from Harlem, but through it they shared a single powerful ambition to create a community art and music space, a haven of rhythm and color, as Mateo called it, but a place where young people could express themselves without fear of judgment or the dangerous lure of the streets. But there was one giant hurdle, the same one that stood in front of everyone they knew: money. Their families, like so many in the neighborhood, struggled paycheck to paycheck. The only sources of significant cash seemed to be illegal. A dark path they had all watched swallow countless friends and neighbors. But one sweltering summer afternoon, everything changed. They were out scavenging, looking for discarded materials that Mateo could turn into art. That's when they found it. An abandoned bodega. Its windows were boarded up, its sign faded, its interior a dusty mausoleum of forgotten dreams. Aisha's eyes went wide with a sudden, brilliant realization. "This is it," she exclaimed, her voice filled with a new kind of hope. "This is our haven. We just need to fix it up." The idea was audacious, almost impossible, but it ignited a spark in all of them. They started small. They collected cans and bottles, did odd jobs for neighbors, and saved every single dime they could. Jamal, with his natural knack for numbers, became their treasurer. He meticulously tracked their meager earnings in a worn notebook, accounting for every penny. Aisha, the born organizer, started neighborhood cleanups, turning what others saw as trash into potential art supplies. And Mateo began sketching, filling pages with designs for the interior, envisioning vibrant murals covering every single wall. Their efforts didn't go unnoticed. Old Man Henderson, who ran the corner store and had seen generations come and go in Harlem, watched them from his window with a knowing gaze. One evening, as Jamal was passing by, Henderson called him over. "Heard about your little project, son," he said in his gruff voice. He pushed a worn white envelope across the counter. "My wife always wanted a place like that here for the kids. Use this. No need to pay it back." Jamal's hands trembled as he opened it. Inside were crisp $50 bills, more money than they had ever seen in one place. News of their project began to spread like wildfire, fueled by word of mouth and Mateo's vibrant sketches displayed proudly in Henderson's store window. The community started to take notice. Other people, inspired by the trio's unwavering dedication, began to contribute. Some gave small amounts of money, whatever they could spare. Others offered their time and their skills. A retired carpenter volunteered to fix the warped, broken floorboards. A local musician promised to donate some old instruments he no longer used. Even the formidable Ms. Rodriguez from the laundromat, a woman known more for her sharp tongue than her charity, showed up one day with an old but still functioning stereo system. "You'll need music," was all she said. The old bodega slowly began its transformation. The three friends, now joined by a growing team of neighbors, scrubbed decades of graffiti from the walls. They replaced broken windows with colorful sheets of plexiglass, bathing the dusty interior in rainbow light. They painted the walls in bold, hopeful colors that seemed to push back the decay. It was back-breaking work, fueled by cheap pizza shared on dusty floors and late-night conversations about their dreams, their voices echoing in the cavernous space. One evening, as the sun dipped below the city skyline, painting the Harlem sky in brilliant shades of orange and purple, the three friends stood together in their nearly finished space. The air, once thick with the smell of decay, now hummed with a new energy, with pure possibility. A small stage, built from salvaged wood, stood in one corner. Another corner was designated for Mateo's murals, a blank canvas awaiting his vision. A makeshift dance floor in the center awaited Ayesha's infectious energy. "We did it," Aisha whispered, her voice thick with emotion, tears welling in her eyes. "We actually did it." Jamal, usually so reserved and quiet, allowed himself a rare, wide smile. He looked at his two best friends, then around at the space they had built together. "This isn't just a space," he said, his voice steady and clear. "It's a promise to ourselves and to Harlem." Mateo didn't say a word. He was already at the wall, charcoal in hand, sketching the outlines of a vibrant mural that would feature the faces of their community. He simply nodded, his eyes alight with the fire of creation. The rhythm of the bricks had finally found its melody, and here, in their small haven, the dreams of Harlem's youth were finally ready to dance, to paint, and to sing. The grand opening was set for the next month. Its invitations, each one a unique piece of art hand-drawn by Matteo, were already being passed from hand to hand throughout the neighborhood. They promised an evening where the true spirit of Harlem, the one they knew and loved, would finally have a stage to shine. Thanks for watching. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.